Well, let's talk now to Remi Piet, co-founder and senior partner at Embellie Advisory. Good to see you, Remi. Thank you for joining us. So, on paper, this sounds like great news, doesn't it, with a fall in the rise in inflation. But will this actually end up helping the economy in Argentina?
Well, thank you for the invitation. Indeed, you're absolutely right. When we're looking at results recently, especially on the front end inflation, but not only, you're seeing some very positive news on the state of the Argentine economy. Monthly inflation dropping from 25% as an average last year per month to 8% this month. So definitely cutting by a factor of 3. But also, strong decision on governmental spendings, on trying to reassure investors that Argentina is a good destination and that there should be a strong potential from the Argentine economy to bolster and create some wealth for both international investors and for the local population. And Argentina is a country that has very strong natural resources capacities, especially in the field of energy transition. The Los Azules copper deposit in San Juan, other lithium deposits in Salta and Cordoba, for example, are really showing the potential for Argentina to be part of this energy transition trend if it is able to attract investors to develop those projects. And this is what Javier Milei is trying to do, hoping that down the road with the new confidence in terms of the state of the Argentine economy, this eventually will trickle down to the population by encouraging entrepreneurship and limiting governmental spending.
We should say, of course, that inflation is still enormously high, still in 3 figures, despite this reduction in the amount it's rising. And despite this high inflation, there have been warnings that these new measures could actually lead to an economic slowdown.
Well, you're right. It's still quite high. You couldn't expect, the results to be shown on day one. There is the risk that, the impact on, especially the valuation of the peso, impacts much more the poorer side of the population. Some of the covers governmental spending in terms of, public transportation and others will definitely impact, some of a part of the population that would need those projects. But down the road, the objective is really to kind of, create the conditions for future economic growth by attracting foreign investment, by building on those natural resources wealth of the country and providing confidence among different actors. There's been very strong, incentives for foreign investment, decreased to, 15% of taxation for some of those investors in terms of income taxes, creating conditions of strong regulations. And there's, all around kind of a support and kind of enthusiasms towards Argentina becoming, one of the, new leaders for, the exports of mining products, especially as Peru and Chile are in the continent. There are strong capacities in Argentina that can be tapped and can be developed for the good of the entire country and the population.
Remi, good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. That's Remi Piet, co-founder and senior partner at Embellie Advisory.